everyone. Welcome to your first VA Client Fast Track. I am so happy that you have joined me today. We're going to have some fun. We are going to take action inside of this workshop. So, for any of you guys who missed last week we did a 3-day challenge. And on the third day, we talked all about how to get clients for your virtual assistants. And we had a bunch of people who couldn't attend live. They missed the replay. So we decided to redo that training. So yes, this is the same training that we did last week, but I would challenge you, even if you were there, to possibly go ahead and stay, because every time you hear something, there's like another level unlocked. So I'm so excited that you guys are here. We have Heather from Vegas, welcome. We have Lemire from San Diego, so excited. Oh, South Africa, amazing. Welcome. Bonnie from Gettysburg. So excited that you guys are here. Now, here's what we're going to do today is we are going to do a workshop. This is not a listen shop. This is where you are literally going to be looking at your pricing, your packaging. We're going to be getting you some really practical tools because it's my goal to show you how to start an online business that can replace your income in the next 90 days inside of this live training. It'll be about an hour long. So I would just really encourage you to be here with me. You already set aside the time. So whether that is taking notes, doing little screenshots on your computer, whatever it's going to take for you to be able to participate. Again, I'm going to be really asking you to do some things inside of this training as well. I'm gonna ask for you to comment, right? Just like you're doing. I can tell that you guys are a very interactive audience, so that's awesome. I will note as well that at the very end of this training, we are giving away the SavvySystem Accelerator to one lucky winner. And the only way, so basically I'll share it on my screen when we do it. It'll be at the end of the training, but the only way that you can win is if you have commented. So basically our system takes all of the people who have commented and it automatically pulls one of the people. So the more you engage, the better chances you have of winning. So if you don't comment, you cannot win. So make sure that you are being interactive throughout the training as well. It doesn't actually take the number of comments, so you don't have to but it is, it's not like you just need to comment 100,000 times and that'll increase your chances. That's not what it does. It just takes anyone who has commented. Okay, so make sure you're commenting. Awesome. So excited to have you guys here. That's going to be a lot of fun. If you guys don't know me, again, I'm Abby Ashley. Let me just take a brief minute to introduce myself. I started my own virtual assistant business in 2015. I'll tell you a little bit of my story here in a moment, but since late 2016, so about a little less than 2 years when I started my journey, I had so many people asking me, Abby, how did you do this? That I started the Virtual Savvy, training other people. And we've now trained over 7,000 individuals on how to start and grow their own virtual assistant business. And you're going to hear some of their stories throughout this training. For me, the whole reason has always been freedom, right? Like the reason why I started my business originally, the reason why I am so passionate about empowering you guys is because there is something really amazing about being able to wake up and dictate your time. I was talking with a group of entrepreneurs the other day and we're like, man, entrepreneurship has really ruined us. Like we could never go back to a 9-to-5, right? Because there's something about being able to control when and how you'll work, really getting to choose your own destiny. And I'm sure that that's why a lot of you guys are here as well. A little bit about my story and my background. I grew up with a single mom. You can see my mom there. I'm the cutie on the very right. I have 2 older sisters who probably hate the fact that I share this picture because they're big poofy hair, but I think they're cute too. So this was my story. I grew up with a single mom, and when my parents separated, it was kind of one of those things where she had previously been a stay-at-home mom and suddenly had to go into the workforce, but she still wanted to kind of have that flexibility. And so what she decided to do is that she became a lunch lady, right? She worked at the schools, and that meant that she was able to be there with us at the time. She was physically at the school. She was able to be there right at pickup and drop off, which isn't, always something you're able to do if you work a norm 9-to-5. She was off during the summer. She would usually work a summer school and we would attend that summer school. And so even though we didn't have a lot financially growing up, there's one thing that I really remember about my childhood, and it's that my mom was there. Like when I needed her, she was there, and she just figured out a way to make that happen. And so when I was pregnant in 2015, I was actually pregnant with my second child. I was able to be a stay-at-home mom. That was something that I had dreamed about doing, and I was able to do that with our first child. But then it's like child number two, and we're realizing financially, whew, I don't know how we're going to make this work. We were living in a literally a basement apartment with one window, and my husband is having to drive 2 hours to work, 2 hours from work. We lived in Northern Virginia, so if you guys know that area, it's insane, the traffic. And I had a friend say, Abby, why don't you look into being a virtual assistant? Because we couldn't even afford daycare. It was like, I don't know how we're going to handle two kids. I have to be able to contribute something financially. And to be honest, like I was kind of bored too. That might sound terrible. Like I like wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, and then when I was doing it, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to do something else too. And so there was like this need for like creativity and entrepreneurship inside of me as well. So I had a friend suggest virtual assistants, and to be honest, I was scared because I didn't know what I was doing. I had no prior experience, but I did have this craving for freedom, right? And even though I didn't come from a lot, I didn't, I was broke in my 20s. I still figured out a way to travel. I actually worked with this college program that I would do school assemblies with them. Like we would travel around and do like these motivational school assemblies. And it gave me the opportunity to leave the country every year on like a mission trip as well. And so I made a goal to leave the country every single year in my 20s. And it happened. And that was something like I got the travel bug. And that was something that was really important to me. Even as I had kids and I was married, I was like, I still want the freedom and flexibility to just go when I want to go. Right. Like that's always been that's been my freedom life. And that might not be, maybe you've never been on a plane and you're like, no, that's not my freedom life at all. But I would really challenge you to think about what is your freedom life, right? Because that's what I'm passionate about. And that's why I love hearing stories like this. I love stories from our students who are finding their own success, right? Sarah, who says, I want to say hip hip hooray, with only 1 week into the course, I've booked 2 clients and I have 2 more prospects. Stephanie, who says, I'm freaking out. I just signed an ongoing client for $1,000 a month. Amy, who says, I never knew what I was capable in the world of virtual assistants or where to get started. Abby lays it out step by step. And Jackie, who said, going strong my business 6 years later. So I shared a little bit about my freedom life, but I'd like to know from you guys, what does that phrase mean to you? Like when I say the word freedom life, something probably triggers, right? Maybe it's the freedom to be debt free. Maybe it's the freedom to travel. Maybe it's the freedom just to quit your 9 to 5 or to take care of, elderly parents. What is your freedom life? Like, why are you doing this? Why are you here today? Really? I think that for a lot of us, we feel like, man, I'm here, but I want to be there. And the gap in between that, right? Like what it's going to take from where you are now to where you want to be can be really, it can be bumpy, it can be difficult. But if we have this why, like if we have this, oh, but this is what I'm working for, it's going to make all the difference. I see freedom working from anywhere to retire. Yes, spend time with my kids and my grandkids for my health and mental well-being. Freedom from my 9 to 5, take care of my elderly parents. I see that. Yes. To freedom to perform ministry. I love that. Be around for my kids. So, so good. So good. Yes. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. So here's the thing, as we're on that pursuit, right? As we are pursuing our freedom life, as we're pursuing our business, again, after working with over 7,000 people, I have seen the things that tend to trip people up. So it's my job to just let you know what some of those things are before they happen. So here are some of the doubts that are going to start to creep in as you pursue this. They may have already happened. Let me know in the comments if one of these kind of resonates with you, right? Maybe you start to doubt yourself and think, wait, I need to have a college degree. I don't have a college degree. And so I probably need that to have a thriving career. Or maybe you start to doubt, man, maybe a stay-at-home mom really shouldn't have a focus outside the home. Like, am I taking time away from my priority, which is my kids, if I pursue something for me? Maybe you start to think, if I don't pursue a corporate job, my family and friends won't view me as successful, right? Like, I'm going to quit this successful career and my friends are going to think I'm crazy. Maybe you start to doubt, hey, maybe I'm too old to do this, or I'm too young to have a business. I won't be respected as a VA because I don't live in the United States. Or maybe you think, I grew up in poverty and that's likely what I'm destined for as well. That was something that I struggled with for sure. Or maybe it's just really, you look at today's economy and all of the things, and it's like, can I even really do this? Like, is it actually possible to make good money in today's economy? So let me know. I feel like some of you guys are like, yep. And maybe there's a doubt that I didn't list here. Like, I'm not qualified enough. I hear that one a lot. I saw somebody in the comments saying that. These are the things that are going to be limiting you, right? And the best thing that you can do is just call it out, just like you're doing right now. Be like, yep, that's the one I deal with. That's the one I struggle with. That's the lie that's going to keep coming to the forefront, and to go ahead and decide on what the truth is to combat that, right? Because at the end of the day, I can teach you all the strategies and secrets, and we're going to get really practical. Like I told you, this is a workshop and we're going to get real practical here in a minute. But at the end of the day, you have to believe in your core. I can do this. So why don't you guys just put I can do this in all caps in the comments, because that's going to be my sign that, like, yes, you guys are here and we're just choosing collectively together to fight those lies that you can't. Okay. I love it. I can do this. I can do this. Perfect. All right, we'll keep going. So today I'm going to show you how virtual assistants is the best, most recession-proof side hustle or full-time business, if that's what you choose for it to be, for anyone wanting to replace their income in 90 days or less. We're going to cover the top skills that clients are willing to pay for, how to replace your income with only 4 clients, and I'm going to be sharing with you the top 3 places to find paying clients for your business in the next 90 days. This all comes together in our Savvy income replacement model. Essentially what it is we show you the skills that clients want. You have to have a scalable income plan, right? You could have the skills, but if the plan doesn't make sense in a way that you can actually scale it, it's not going to lead to business success. And then you have to have a winning marketing strategy. And those are the 3 things that we're going to cover in today's training, okay? Awesome. So number 1, we're going to talk about the top skills that clients are willing to pay for today. Because the truth is that despite what you might think, most clients hiring for their first virtual assistant aren't looking for somebody to handle really high level tasks. I know somebody in the comments said, like, I fear, do I have enough skills, right? Do I really have what it takes to do this? And I think that's because we think that somebody is going to need like a Facebook ads expert who's been doing ads for 10 years and that kind of thing in order to get started. But that's simply not true. Let me give you an example. Here is Ella. Ella is someone I made up. She's an Etsy store owner. Okay. Ella, the Etsy store owner, makes these hand designed purses, right? Like, she literally hand stitches these gorgeous leather purses, and her store is starting to blow up. More and more orders are coming. There was like an influencer who purchased her purse, and now it's just blowing up. What does Ella need right now? Well, she might need more people actually making purses, right? That's another thing, but that's on the other end. What she's going to need, especially from a virtual assistant, is someone to respond to customer inquiries, someone to schedule her social media posts on Instagram and Facebook, to research new products to add to the store, possibly to purchase more inventory, right? To write emails to past customers, inquiring of their experience. These are the things that are not her skill, right? This isn't her passion. This isn't her craft. And when a business starts to grow, there's a lot of things like these admin tasks that start to pile up, that when we can just take those off of their plate, that the small business owner is really able to focus on their craft, their skill, or potentially more marketing and sales, right? And that's what we're doing, is that we are giving people the gift of time back in their business. So most of them Some of the most common services offered by virtual assistants are things like scheduling or sending emails, right? Social media graphic creation, social media scheduling. Maybe they even create the social media. You're just scheduling it out for the month for them, writing blog posts or creating other forms of content, really simple website upkeep, right? Calendar management, webinar live workshop assistance. Shout out to Julie in the comments. She's literally doing that right now. Could you do what Julie is doing, which is just responding to comments, really engaging you guys, right? Customer service emails, travel research and booking, appointment setting. Are these the types of skills that you feel like I could do this right now, or with just like 10 or 15 minutes of training, I could learn how to do this, right? And I think that when we see lists like this, it's like, oh, okay, that is something that I could do. And I just want to share with you guys, our students do get exclusive job opportunities. So that's a benefit of working with our team, is that you get job opportunities that aren't seen anywhere else, right? And I wanted to show you some of the jobs that get posted in our communities, because it's like, oh, these are the things that people are actually asking for. Email management, checking email twice a day, filtering out subscription and spam, highlighting important emails, moving receipts to designated folders, social media engagement, right? I literally have someone named Jamie, shout out to Jamie, who goes into our YouTube and will respond to you guys' comments on YouTube, because I can't do that full time, right? Like I just can't. And so I have to have somebody to help with that. Minor graphic design. If any Canva users, yes, I love Canva. You don't have to be a professional designer to use Canva. Inbox management, calendar management, scheduling content, right? So these are the types of tasks that we get posted inside of our community. The truth is that you already have the skills that paying clients want. In fact, why don't you in the comments just write, I have the skills, because we're going to keep throughout this training posting like the truth to combat some of the lies. I will say this as well. At the end of this training, yes, we're going to be giving away one to one lucky person, the SavvySystem, but we're also going to do an extended Q&A. So if you have questions about your skills, like if you have questions about the types of services that you're thinking about offering, let's go ahead and ask those at the end of the training. We can talk about it. Okay. I love it. You guys saying I have the skills. I have the skills. Let's hear a Savvy shout out. If you guys don't know, we love celebrating our students. That's why I have testimonials here every Wednesday on our socials. We are shouting you guys out and shouting out the current wins of the week. We are just really, really big in like highlighting you guys and your successes. So Heather, we want to highlight her success. Hello friends. I want to share some exciting news. I just booked my 4th client, and it's a 4K monthly retainer for a recording studio in NYC. Being a stay-at-home mom of 6 kids who never finished college, I never imagined this would be possible for me. You can do this. Everyone say, go Heather. We're so excited for you. And it literally just took her saying, I can do this, right? Which is what you guys are doing right now. So, okay, I told you this was going to be interactive. I want to know from you guys, how many of you think that virtual assistants might be right for you? If you're like, oh, I'm still a little unsure, you can put a 1 or a 2. If you're like, oh my gosh, yes, Abby, this is what I want to do. I'm so solid. That's a 5, right? You can be anywhere in between. There's no wrong answer, but I just want to get a feel from you guys, right? Okay, so we talked about the skills that clients want. Again, let's start with those general admin skills. You can eventually learn higher level skills. I'm not saying that those aren't important, but most people, 90% of my clients that I work with, I just tell them, let's start with the most basic general admin skills, and then we'll expand your skills over time. So next, you need a scalable income plan. What does that look like? Well, that's where I'm going to share with you how virtual assistants can replace your income with only 4 clients. I love this, guys. The model of virtual assistants. I could talk all day on like a healthy business model because I'm really passionate about it. I have so many friends who are small business owners in other industries. I have a friend who's a food truck owner. I have a friend who buys like pallet stuff and resells them. And it's so difficult because so much of their business model really relies on just one-time sales over and over, right? Making a little here, little here, little here, and always having to chase more and more and more and more clients. Plus they have all these cost of goods, right? And so there's so many reasons why I love virtual assistants. One, like our profit margins can be massive because we don't have physical products that we're having to buy and resell or ingredients, right? For a food truck. And then I also love the fact that it's reoccurring revenue. And so that's what we're going to talk a little bit about here. So most virtual assistants are going to start their rates at $30 to $40 an hour. In fact, if you guys already know your hourly rate, let me know in the comments what it's going to be. I would suggest for most people starting out, somewhere in that $30 to $40 an hour range. And this is what our students, when they come through our program, they work with us personally. We help them develop packages like these. Wandia has a $399 a month package, and that's 10 hours of virtual assistance a month, right? So her rate's almost $40 an hour, right? And so what's going to happen is a small business owner is going to buy that package. They'll have 10 hours to use for the month. And at the end of the month, she will bill them again, right? Monthly reoccurring revenue. You guys noticed in the last, 5-10 years, more and more like subscription boxes popping up, right? It's because someone realized, wait, instead of just selling a razor one time, I could charge someone every single month and give them a new razor every single month, right? And this idea of recurring revenue, it's just an amazing business model. And that's why reoccurring revenue packages like these are so important. Here's Jessica, same thing. Her middle package is 10 hours a month for $400 a month. So if she's making $40 an hour, she'll track her time for the business owner. She'll let them know in like a weekly email or a weekly meeting, hey, here's where we're at for the month. You actually didn't use your hours this last week. So let's go ahead and get some projects this week, right? You're working with your clients, letting them know where you're at. And then at the end of the month, their package will renew. Okay, does this make sense to you guys? Yeah, these packages just make so much sense. And there's other ways to do packages. I'm showing you an example of hourly packages. There's also something called value-based packages. We're not going to get into that today because again, for 95% of my students, this is where I have them start, or with these hourly packages. And what's so cool about hourly packages, right? Now, I took an example of 20, 40, and 80 hours. I actually like this a little more than the ones that I showed you previously. That means that your smallest package would be 5 hours per week. And I really think that you can do a lot for a business owner in 5 hours a week. So these are the kinds of packages that I kind of prefer. I used to teach like the 10, 20, 40, and now I'm a little bit more on the 20, 40, 80, but you do you get to decide. But here's what's cool about this, guys. Okay. So most people are going to gravitate toward your center package. That's why I always tell people make your biggest package what would sell out your services. So if you can work 20 hours a week, then for a client, right? Like that's how much capacity you have right now. Make your biggest package 80 hours like I have here. And then one client buying your biggest package would literally sell out your services. Like how cool is that? So I'm like, why not? Go ahead and put your biggest package on there. And then, but just know that most people are going to gravitate. Sales psychology tells us most people will gravitate toward the center package, right? So your center package is that 40 hours. Okay. So that's 10 hours of virtual assistance per week. So if you were doing this full time and you got you got 4 clients. So that's working about 40 hours a week for clients, right? That'd be $4,800 a month, $57,000 in annual revenue. Now, I know for some of you, you're like, oh my gosh, yes, that alone would replace my income. Some of you guys are like, that wouldn't replace my income at all, right? And that's fine. We all come from different places. But I want you to consider something, right? One, this definitely doesn't talk about like your commute expenses. My husband, who was driving 2 hours to work and 2 hours from work a day, we would have saved a lot, right? Flexible work schedule, potential savings of childcare costs. I mean, that was one of the reasons I started, is because I didn't have to pay for daycare. Ability to raise your hourly rate over time. This is a big one, right? I'm saying this is $30 an hour, but our students often will get their first client at 30 and then get their next client at 35, their third client at $40 an hour. Maybe you learn a higher end service over time. You learn Pinterest management or podcast editing, or you learn how to create a sales funnel or those ads we talked about, right? And then your rate begins to be $100 an hour or $200 an hour, right? And so you can definitely improve your skills over time and have higher packages. You can also build a team. And this is what a lot of my students who are, have crossed over to that 6 and even 7-figure mark in their business, most of them have hired a team. So your business isn't capped by the hours you can work. You can, continue bringing clients, and then you hand that work off to a team, right? And so definitely this is just the beginning. And that's what I love about virtual assistants, is that it's really based off of you. What do you want? And hopefully your brain is just like racking of like, ooh, okay, yes, I think I would want a team or I wouldn't want a team. I would want to make this much. This is what it could look like, right? Because you don't have to work full time. You don't have to. You can have a team. You don't have to. You get to choose, which is what I love about this. So I want to know from you guys, how many hours do you plan to work a week in your business? Because it is actually going to help you decide on your packages in the beginning. Again, you can change your packages over time, but it's going to really help to know what your packages should look like if you know how much you plan to work in your business. So go ahead and drop that in the comments for me. As you're doing that, I'm seeing 30, 35. So you guys are doing this, a lot of you are doing this like part-time or full-time, back and forth. Okay, awesome. I love it. I love that it's all over, right? A lot of like around the 20 hours. That was me. I could, as a stay-at-home mom, I had about 20 hours that I could really commit. I time blocked my week and I said, okay, I can do 20 really solid hours. When I sold out those services, the 20 hours, I was fully booked, right? For me, that was sold out. But I had so many people coming in that I'm like, I better build a team, right? And so I built a team almost from day one, of other people actually subcontracting. And that's where I was able to replace my income, my husband's income. The story goes on, right? It's because I built a team. Don't have to, but that is one of the choices. Okay, so incremental pricing. Sometimes we get the pushback of like, I don't know if I could just start. I don't know if I can just charge 30 or $40 right out the gate. So if you are struggling with that, my recommendation is just to start somewhere, right? Start at 20, start at 25. Get your first client at $20 an hour and then get your second one. Immediately raise your prices, right? Second client, get them at 25. Third one, get it 30. Fourth one, get it 35. Okay. So you can, as kind of your confidence grows, you can raise your rate. Now, you're not going to raise your rate for the first person, right? So if you sign someone at 20, I would say, keep with them for about 6 months till you raise their rate. But I'm saying with each new client, you can raise your rate. And that's our incremental pricing method. Raise it by 250, raise it by $5 with each new client, right? And that way you're just able to kind of grow into that rate because I want you to be confident. I want you to really realize that your income level is your decision. In fact, put my income level is my decision in all caps in the comments because we're just gonna go ahead and keep saying these truths because it is true. You get to decide. And I remember breaking away from like just the corporate, okay, my boss tells me my very first job outside of college, I thought I was going to be so rich when they told me my salary was going to be $28,000. And I was like, I'm going to be rich. And then I realized, oh my gosh, no, that's not very much money, especially when you live in Northern Virginia, right? Like it's like one of the most expensive counties in the United States that I lived in, Fairfax County. And I was like, oh no, I'm actually broke. So that shift to saying my income level is my decision was something that was huge for me. I love what Heather says. I started the course in the middle of March. I officially launched my business in the middle of April. My May goal was to have one client, just one. I'm entering June with 6 clients. 6. I'm in shock this court taught me everything and more. The feedback I received from clients about the organization, however, my calls has been amazing and I learned it all here. Okay, let's keep going. How many of you guys at this stage are feeling like, yep, virtual assistants, this is for me? Put a 5 or a 4. If you're like, Abby, this actually made me realize it's not for me, that's okay. You can put a 1 or a 2, right? I love this. So many 5s, so many 5s. So good. It's okay if you're still at a 4 or 3, right? Let's go ahead and keep going. We've talked about the skills that clients want. We've talked about that scalable income plan. Let's talk about marketing because this is one of the things that I see people get tripped up over and over again. Guys, most of us are not natural born marketers, and that is okay. In fact, I have seen some of our clients who do the best are introverts, are people who are, because here's the thing about marketing. We're going to talk about this here in a second, but marketing, we think in our heads that it's like being salesy, right? Like it's like, ooh, how do I woo people and convince them of the sale and put the pressure on them? And like, that's honestly, especially for a virtual assistant business, is really not how most of our students are successful. You know how they're successful? Relationships. And I've seen that whether you are an introvert or an extrovert, if you can just like build a relationship with like one person, then you can do this. And what I love about this too is that, again, like we mentioned earlier, is that most VAs can replace their full-time income with 4 to 7 clients. Okay. That means you don't need 100 yeses. You don't need 1,000 followers. You don't need 10,000 Instagram followers. You don't need to do dances on TikTok, right? Like you just need 4 yeses. You need 4 people that you build relationships with to say yes. So where do you find those? Well, again, the number one objection that new VAs bring to me is that I don't know where to find clients. And the truth is that there are no shortage of jobs online. In fact, there are currently 72.9 million freelancers in the US. And by 2028, that'll be 90 million, which will cross over and be 57% of the US workforce. More and more people are getting comfortable with the idea of hiring remotely, of hiring freelancers for their business. They're realizing that I don't need to have somebody physically in the office anymore to get done, especially some of these tasks that can be done remotely. 65% of freelancers say they earn more now than when they used to have an employer, and the median rate for VAs in the US is $32 an hour, which is higher than 70% of workers in the overall US economy. So, where are we finding these clients? So, number one, I'm going to share with you 3 of my favorite places. The first place is friends and family. And everyone collectively goes, oh, hello, are we selling to our friends and family? No, 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 you're not selling to your friends and family, okay? This is one of the reasons, like, as a stay at home mom, of course, everyone told me, like, oh, you should do MLM, like, you should sell candles or leggings or all the things that were popular back in 2015. And I was like, no, like I just didn't want to sell to my friends and family. I didn't want every time I sat down with friends and family them to think, oh gosh, Abby's going to try to pitch us again. Like I just hated that idea. But here's the reality, guys. You probably know one small business owner. In fact, let me know in the comments. Do you know one person who owns a small business? Do you know a real estate agent or an insurance agent? They're their own business owners. Do you know a financial advisor or someone who owns a food truck or somebody who owns a restaurant or do you know one person? One person. It's okay if you don't, but most of us know one person who owns a small business, okay? Even if you just know them remotely. Okay, if you know one person who owns a small business, likely everyone you know knows one person. So even if you don't know one person, you probably know one person who knows one person who owns a small business, right? And so literally just the act of telling our friends and family what you're doing for so many of our students, it's how they get their first client. So what does that look like? Well, this is a personal outreach template. You can take a little screenshot if you want. Here's how it goes. We're going to send this to friends and family. This can be in the form of an email. You could take someone out to coffee and just have this as a conversation. You could send this into as a DM, broken up into like kind of a smaller conversation. Again, it's a template. You don't need to copy it word for word, but this is how the conversation should go. Start off with something personal. We don't want to ever just go into the sale. If you haven't talked to them in 2 years, like really catch up. Like, oh my gosh, I saw your daughter just graduated high school. That's insane. How did she grow up so fast? She looks so beautiful. Da da da. Like, congratulations. Like, start off with something personal, right? And then you want to say, hey, I'm doing a blast out to all of my friends to let them know something that I'm really excited about. I'm starting a virtual assistant business. I'm really excited. I've read a lot about it. It seems like it's going to be a perfect fit. I'm going to be helping small business owners with tasks like, and you can say the task, right? Data entry, customer service emails, scheduling, calendar booking, research, travel planning, right? I'm going to be helping people with these types of services. And all the work I do will be done remotely, and they don't have to pay for office location, supplies, etc. I specifically wanted to reach out to you because, all right, and this is where it comes in. If they own a small business, go ahead and say, hey, I know you own a small business, and I just didn't know if there's anything you ever thought about outsourcing. Just as simple as that, right? That's all you have to say. If they don't own a small business, great. Say, hey, I just didn't know if you knew of anyone who might benefit of something like this. Okay. We don't have because we don't ask. There are so many people right now, you guys, and I'm loving this trend. I don't know if you guys are seeing it. There's a girl on social media, I forget her name, but she basically made a goal in 2026 to get rejected 1,000 times. And it's insane watching her journey because she like keeps like doing these crazy things that she thinks she's going to get rejected for. And a lot of times, like most of the time she has gotten rejected, but then there's like been so many things that like people end up saying yes. So like she's about to fly to like go be a part of the Olympics because someone was like, yes, because she just made an ask. And it's like, whoa, there's crazy things that'll happen just if we're just not afraid to get rejected. Because the worst somebody can say is no, right? And so that's where we're going to ask them, hey, if they're a small business owner, is there anything you thought about outsourcing? If they're not, hey, do you know of anybody who this could apply to? If so, I'd love if you send them my way. That's it. Okay. And guys, I want you guys to know that this really does work. I love this testimonial. I just started the Savvy System on Friday. I went through the Get Clients Now lesson, which is this, right? We have an entire marketing, actually 2 huge marketing sections, but this is one of the very first assignments in our signature course. We actually hold your hands and say, yes, you're going to do it. Okay. So I sent out one personal outreach template to a business owner I know, had a phone conversation with him and his needs, and boom, first client booked. Sound like he's going to need me on a reoccurring basis. I can't even tell you how happy I am. Thank you, Savvy System, and praise God. I love it. I love it. Okay. So let's keep going because I told you I would share with you 3 ways. I want to make sure we have tons of time left over for Q&A at the end. Let's talk about live networking events because again, even if you're an introvert, live networking events can be so, so amazing. We have to remember that most people going to the events want to just talk about themselves. So if you could just introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Abby. I'm a virtual assistant, which by the way, there's something very real that happens when you like go to a networking event and you're like, I am a real business owner. It feels very cool. So you introduce yourself and then you can just ask them questions about their business, right? Oh, tell me about your industry. How did you get started? What are some of the challenges that you face in your industry, right? Get them talking about their pain points. You don't have to be great at talking about yourself. Just get other people, collect business cards, right? And then you don't have to like try to get them to be a client right there. This is again relationships. Most sales, it takes 7 touch points to make a sale, right? So meet them at the networking event. Get the business card, send a follow-up of it was so nice to meet you. A couple days later, hey, I was thinking about you the other day and that challenge you said, right? Of like struggling with XYZ. I have some ideas for that. Would you want to jump on a Zoom call, right? You've got touch point 3 and then the Zoom call is touch point 4. And that's what it looks like to build real relationships, right? And that's what we're doing at these events. So where do you find live networking events? Let me share with you. So one place is Facebook. Okay. So you could literally, if you're on, don't do this if you're on a phone, but if you're on a computer, you can go to Facebook right now, go in the search bar and type in words like business or entrepreneur, right? And then you'll see right over on the left side, you'll see events, and you can literally filter it by your location, right? Filter it by where you live and see if there's any networking events happening in your area. I live in Springfield, Missouri, which isn't a huge town, but it's a decent sized town. And we have literally 30, 40, 50 networking events happening every single week. I couldn't go to all of them if I wanted to. If you live in a smaller town, that might not be the case. We have had people in our community start their own networking events. I'll just put that little bug in your ear. Or maybe you look, maybe you're an hour from a bigger city and once a month you go and you travel to one of these events. Guys, that is so, so worth it. Okay. I cannot tell you how many of our students get their first client from going to a live networking event. Another place is the Chamber of Commerce. So again, I live in Springfield, Missouri. So I would type in Springfield, Missouri, Chamber of Commerce, and that will pop up. And most often our Chamber of Commerce are having live networking events. I didn't add this one in here, but you can literally just Google also. Like if I were to Google right now, Springfield, Missouri, business networking events, then a couple would pop up as well. So these are where you're going to find these events. Now, sometimes they're free, sometimes they're paid. Usually even the paid ones, you can go to your first one for free. So, hey, just go to the first one, right? Get some business cards and make some relationships, even if you can't afford an ongoing or if you don't want to do an ongoing payment, right? So this is where you're finding these events. I'm going to keep moving on, but if you guys have questions, because again, it's like, where do you find these clients? Where do you find business owners? Where are they hanging out? That's what we're talking about right here. Number 3 is Facebook groups. So this one doesn't require you to leave your house, although I still do suggest that you do those live networking events. Uh, Here's what it looks like to look for jobs on Facebook. I want you to go on, again, back to Facebook app, and you're going to look for entrepreneurial Facebook groups. You can search for words like entrepreneur, business. If you have a specific industry, so if you want to work with authors, join author groups. If you want to work with realtors, join realtor groups, right? Definitely join our virtual assistant savvies group. We have jobs posted in there every single day. This is our big free group. Now, our students do get exclusive opportunities, right? But we still have plenty of jobs posted every single day in our big VA Savvies group as well. But when you're in a group, again, please join groups other than just the VA Savvies. I want you to join our group, but I want you to join other groups as well. When you're inside of the group, you guys, here's what you're going to do. You're going to click that little search, the magnifying glass. That's what it's called. You're going to search, you're going to click the little magnifying glass. Okay. And then you're going to search inside of the group. So let's say I just joined an author group, right? Because I want to work with authors. I would type words like virtual assistant. I would type VA. I'm also going to search words like help and hire, because someone may say, I'm looking for a virtual assistant. In fact, I'm a part of like a real estate investing group called Bigger Pockets. And 2 days ago, oh, I'm hiring a virtual assistant. Hardly anyone had commented on it, right? And so looking for a virtual assistant, I'm looking for a VA, but they may say, hey, I'm needing help with my social media accounts, or I'm looking to hire somebody to help manage my inbox. They may not even use the word virtual assistant. So that's why I always tell people to look for the words help and hire. And what's going to happen is that it's going to pop up all these posts of people who have said those keywords, right? And then you can go in, you can show value first, which is something we can talk about. It's what we teach our students, how you stand out, even if there is competition, right? And it's what Carla did. Carla said, I follow the advice on where to find your ideal clients Facebook groups. I did a search for virtual assistants and discovered a current post where someone was looking for a VA. The discussion was between 3 women who all thought a VA was a great idea, but had no idea where to find them. Like, cha-ching. I researched their website and social media, sent personalized emails. That's the value first. You don't just say, hey, me, I'm available. Here's my website. Here's my portfolio, right? You research, you look and see about their business. You send them something personal, right? And that's exactly what she did. She got a reply within hours. The one business owner was really impressed. I found a broken link on her website. We had a discovery call last night. I now have my first client. She's someone I know I'm going to love working with. I love this story because, again, like, did it take time? Yes, it took time for Carla to research that post, to research the people, and to get that client. But now one down, right? And it's likely a monthly reoccurring package, which means that she needs 3 more to replace her income, right? Like, again, it's not just this massive, like, I've got to make hundreds of sales and have thousands of social media followers, right? It's 4 great conversations that lead to reoccurring package. So I want you to say, I can find paying clients. I can find paying clients, all caps, because I want you to have that truth. I want you to actually type it out, right? Get that muscle memory going. I love it. I love it. So we've talked about the top skills that clients are willing to pay for, how to replace your income with only 4 clients. Again, 4 to 7 is how many most of our students are able to replace their income. Heck, if they buy your top package, you might replace your income with just your top package. And then the top 3 places to how to find paying clients for your business. And then I want to know too, where are you at? We had a lot of 5s before. Are you still feeling like a 5? We talked about marketing, which can be a little scary for some people. But again, marketing is just relationships. It's just making relationships. And here's the cool thing, guys, too, is that with most people, like, we're like, oh, I'm so scared to market. Most of us, after we get those first few clients, there's people, so many of my students, they don't even really have to market anymore. Why? Because once you do really great work for clients, the top places that you're going to get more clients is referrals from your current clients. Like, I literally have students that are like, I haven't had to market in years because now my current clients just tell other people. They just tell their friends, right? And so it's like, oh, I know it's like so hard to market in the beginning, but it's not even something that has to last for that long. All right, these are the 3 pieces of the Savvy income replacement model. We've talked about the skills that clients want, that scalable income plan, right? The marketing. But there's obviously so much that we didn't cover here. You can't like look at somebody's success, some of these success stories, and just try to reverse engineer it and do it yourself in that way. It's more important than ever that you are able to take control of your personal finances. And I truly, truly believe that virtual assistants is the best and most recession-proof income source that you can have. So if you've been looking for flexible online jobs or trying to piece together YouTube videos and blogs and ebooks, right, to start your own business, I want to share with you about the Savvy System Accelerator. We're going to do a big Q&A time. We're about to give away the Savvy System Accelerator to one lucky winner. But if you guys would give me just a brief moment to tell you about this, because I'm so excited. We've been working on this for months. Essentially, we've been doing the Savvy System since 2016. It used to be called the VA Bootcamp. Then we changed the name to the Savvy System, and we just did a total revamp of the program. And we have now turned it into a 90-day accelerator designed to help you launch your business and land your first client in 90 days. Jennifer says, I took the course. I have 4 clients in the last year. It really does lay everything out for you to be successful. Heather says, definitely worth it. I'm 2 weeks in, applying all the principles, and I've spoken to 2 clients today. Jessica, who says, best investment I've made in myself and my future. I haven't gone a month without income since I started. And then it's game changing for me. Within 3 weeks of implementing Abby's strategies, I got 3 clients. The Savvy System works if you take action. So what is actually included in the course? Well, again, it's everything that you need to launch that business, get your first paying client fast. So it's the signature method that we've been using for years. So we haven't changed the model, right? Because we've proven the model works. But what we've done is we've taken all of that content and said, now, you know what we're going to do? We're going to add weekly group coaching calls. So every single week, you will actually meet with our community. You're going to get 90 days of actually diving in and us doing the work with you. We're also bringing in our essential skills course, which used to be packaged as a separate course. $240, I think, is how much it was on its own. We're just including it in the course now, so that if you say, oh, I don't think I have the skills, boom, we will just teach you the 5 basic skills so you can keep moving. Legal templates and contracts, portfolio and pitch templates, scripts, workflows, everything that you need to get started, which we'll dive into that a little more. Here's the content, because it is 100 lessons, 9 modules, okay? So we're gonna help get you through those 100 lessons in 90 days. I know that it's a lot, but it's how the method works. You watch a video, you have an assignment, you complete the assignment, you move on to the next lesson. It's very methodical, okay? It's like the way that I like to take courses. And so you're never gonna be left wondering, what do I do next, right? It's our proven system. Now, I think that one of you want to do a giveaway, right? I'm seeing you guys saying, I need this, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and just give it away to one of you, right? You guys here for that? Then I'll tell you a little bit more details about the program, and then we'll do our extended Q&A, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna remove this real quick, and I'm going to, let's see, it'll take me 1 second to grab my giveaway tool. Okay, you guys all see the giveaway tool? It's gonna do it for me, which is really cool. We're going to, yeah, all I have to do is press this. Okay, sorry, it gets fun. So here are all the people who have commented during the live stream. Okay, Barbara Dizelle, yes, are you here? Congratulations. We've just gifted you the Savvy System. That's so awesome. If you can email our team, hello@thevirtualsavvy.com with your email, then we will make sure to give you that access. Yay, everybody say congrats to Barbara. I'm so excited for you. I love it. I love it. You're going to absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, let's keep moving forward. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the Savvy System. So we are going to not only give you those 100 lessons, the weekly group coaching calls, you're also going to get all of the contracts you need. So we have a lawyer specifically that designed contracts for virtual assistants, right? And so you're going to get that contract. You're going to get a subcontracting agreement if you decide to subcontract. You're going to get 30 copy paste templates. So if you need to take vacation or you need to raise your rates, right? We have all these different circumstances, and we just have these copy paste templates that you can send to your clients. A drag and drop portfolio. So instead of a website, we really encourage you in the beginning to have a portfolio, but we went ahead and just made it for you. And all you have to do is drag and drop your information in. We have a beautiful workbook. If you like working with a workbook, you can print that out. You can download it. Some people literally like send it to Kinko's and have a whole spiral bound thing. You do you. We have pace plans, which we'll talk about in a second. And then we have merch. So as you reach different milestones, when you land your first client, or even when you complete your branding for your business, we're going to give you swag. We're literally going to send you stuff in the mail because we just think that that's fun. Again, we love to celebrate here. Let's take a second to talk about pace plans, because again, in this 90-day accelerator program, our goal is to get you to launch in the first 30 days. Okay. So we've created pace plans. So setting up your business, our goal is to get you to set it all up in 30 days or less. So what you'll do is you'll actually choose a pace plan. And I'd love to know the one that you would choose, right? You can let me know in the comments. The steady one, you need an hour a day. You need 5 hours a week, and you'll be able to launch your business in just 4 weeks. The sprint, you need 10 hours a week, binge 20 hours a week, and then retreat, which is my personal favorite, is you go away for the weekend, you say, honey, I'm getting an Airbnb, and you just crank it all out in one weekend. Okay. So this is what it looks like. Again, when you join the course, you'll be able to choose which one works for you. But the longest plan, right? The longest plan still has you launching your business in just 1 month, so that we can spend the other 60 days working on your marketing. Angela says, I joined the SavvySystem, and she joined the SavvySystem, launched her business. She was able to book her first client by month 2. Month 3, she had booked her second client. She says, if you put in the work, have the drive, the SavvySystem works. Do the work and invest the time it takes to create a business that is best suited for you and your skill set. We didn't even talk about the price yet, did we? So all that this is included, obviously a massive, massive value. We're not selling this for $5,000 or $2,000. We actually used to sell this course, which didn't include the life coaching, for $2,000 or more. What we've decided to do is we want to help as many savvies as possible. So we are doing this for just $497. This is our kickoff. We've never done this before. This pricing is literally insane for the value that you're getting. And we do have payment plans as well. So we'll talk about that here in a second. But I wanted to share with you guys that we have a way for you to get results even faster. And actually, sorry, that slide wasn't supposed to be in there. That expired this last Friday. Our brand new 90-day accelerator is $497, and then you can get started for just $197. Okay, so you can do these payments, 3 payments of $197. Okay, you know what? Since I made that mistake, team, should we just give them? Should we just give them the bonus? I'm like, I feel bad that we left that on the screen. Do you guys want this bonus as well? The 10x VA. It went away on Monday, but I'm sure we can go in and grant it to you guys. When we grant the bonuses, we'll just go ahead and give it to them because I made that mistake. So essentially what this is AI for virtual assistants. We're going to teach you AI. We're going to give you plug and play scripts, and you're going to get on a call, a separate exclusive call with Julie, who is our in-house AI expert. So if you've been wondering, how in the world am I going to use AI in my business? We're just going to give this to you as well if you order while we're live on the call, okay? Because I made that mistake. So you're going to get that, and you're also going to get our Savvy Social Bundle, which is what I was supposed to give you during this call, which is 365 days of social media posts, okay? So we literally have a calendar, and if you ever wondered what do I post on social, then you're going to get literally every single day we tell you what to post. So you can just go to your calendar. Not that you have to post every day, but you'll at least know what to post every single day if you want to. We also have story prompts, and we also have templates for you. So when you announce your business, you can use one of our pre-made templates to announce your business. So anyone ordering live during the call is going to get the 10x VA AI workshop, apparently, and you're going to get the extra buy now bonus, which is the social media bundle. Okay, my mistake is your gain. Okay, you can get started today. Again, 3 payments of $197 or 1 payment of $497. Okay, so my question for you is, what would you do with an extra $5,000 a month? And I want you to really think about this, right? Would you pay off debt? Would you retire your spouse? Would you quit your job, right? Like, what would that actually look like for you? For Jamie, it meant paying off debt, right? She says, I'm now 5.5 years into my VA journey. I'll be 100% debt free by the middle of 2026. I pay for vacations in cash instead of credit now, all because I took control of my income via my business. I never would have been able to do that when I was salaried with an employer. So when I say finding Abby and the Virtual Savvy changed my life, I really mean it. We love you, Jamie. She booked her 3rd client. right? Just right after the 3-week mark, 1 month in. Amazing. So again, you're getting the 109 lessons, you're getting the weekly coaching calls, you're getting the essential skills course. We also have a mock discovery call so you can watch in real time a discovery call happening. Our proposals that win workshop, a certificate of completion. So at the very end, you're going to get a certificate to say, hey, I am a Savvy graduate and I have a certificate to prove it. Our private, that dedicated VA community, that's where we post the weekly job ops, or not weekly, almost daily. There are jobs posted inside of that community. The weekly coaching calls, nail the sale training, savvy your site, Trello for VAs, time management training, and again, those job opportunities that aren't found anywhere else. People come to us and say, I want to hire a Savvy. So you're getting all of this, and apparently the 10x VA workshop and the social media bundle whenever you order while we're live. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to spend probably another like 15 to 20 minutes here because I know that we have a lot of questions. One more thing that I forgot, our Savvy promise. So the 90-day accelerator, guys, if you complete the 90 days, because I know some of you guys are going to ask about this, and you don't. What if I don't get my first client in those 90 days? Again, the program is designed to do that, but we understand sometimes life happens, or sometimes you can do all the right things and it just, for whatever reason, doesn't work in those first 90 days. Guys, we're going to work with you another 90 days. So you can file what's called an extension. It's free, right? It's included in this. So you're not having to pay more for that extension. And then even after that, we'll allow you to do another extension. Okay. So you can do the program up to 6 months. But again, our goal is to get you those results in the first 90 days. Okay. That's our Savvy promise to you. Ariel says we hit our first 10K month in June of 2024, reached 100K in annual revenue by October, and crossed 200K in annual revenue in November of 2025. I scaled to a team of 10. I took off full maternity leave. Today, I'm working just 10 to 15 hours a week as a CEO while raising my 3.5 and 3-month-old. Oh, I love it. Angela says my income has more than quadrupled, and I've met amazing people from TVS who are still helping me in the journey. So let's do this. Let's do a Q&A because I know that you guys, oh, and we have some people too. I'll need to come in, but welcome, Heather. I'll go through in just a moment. You're going to get sent instant access to the course and all of the bonuses that we talked about, okay? So let's do a Q&A. I know that my team is starring the questions right now, but these are some of the most common questions. Marie asks, is there a discount code? No, we don't have any coupons codes because again, it's just when you go, you'll see $497 or 3 payments of $197, okay? No code needed for that. What if I'm a complete newbie? Perfect. We love that, right? If you do not have a client yet, the SavvySystem is for you. So if you've started your business, but you don't have a client yet, join. If you haven't started, if you just learned about virtual assistants today, join, right? Now, if you already have paying clients, you're probably a better fit for our other program, which is called Savvy Vault. My team and I can tell you about that as well. But if you are a complete newbie, you are in the right place. If you live outside of the US, perfect. We love that. We have students from all over the world who take our programs. The only sections that are going to be slightly different are the legalities and the taxes section. We actually give you resources if you live outside of the United States, but those are going to differ just a little bit, but you're still going to be fully equipped for what you need to get started. Will this be a lot of work? Yes. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it, okay? We recommend that you have at least 5 hours a week to commit to this. If you have less than 5 hours a week to commit to this, this might not be the right time for you. But if you have 5 hours a week to commit to this program, like committed hours, then we can make this work with you, okay? And what if it doesn't, right? What if the program doesn't work? Well, we're so committed that it will, that we will work with you for 2 more 90-day extensions. That way we can work with you till you get that first client, okay? Kaylee says, I can't believe it, 1 year. I stumbled upon Abby and found out about virtual assistants. A year later, I run a VA and OBM agency. I seriously tell my family I had no clue that this is a path I'd be going down, but here we are. Someone pinch me. I'm living the dream life. It's been 30 days since I've tried being a VA. I have a client who I love. From studying full-time and working full-time to studying full-time and working part-time, I've quadrupled my monthly salary. I've just finished module 7 and finishing up this weekend to launch. I have all the systems in place and I'm ready to hit the ground running. Thanks to this community and course, I've secured my highest paying retainer client to date. She's dreamy and a joy to work with. I've started out as a general VA. I niched into a high-level EVA, so executive virtual assistant, and system processes design. I now currently pursue my certification as a director of operations. Here's what's so cool, guys. We have found that with accountability, so much can happen. Did you know that if you just have an idea for a goal, you're like, huh, maybe I could start a business. You have a 10% probability of that happening. If you consciously decide, I'm going to start a business, it actually increases to 25%. It's a 40% probability that you're going to complete your goal if you decide when. I'm going to start a business this year. I'm deciding, and this is when it's going to happen. If you plan how, actually, I'm going to start it in 90 days and I'm going to use it using this system, 50% probability that you'll actually accomplish it. It raises to 65 if you commit to someone else. So I'm just telling someone else. I'm committing to another person. But guys, if you have specific accountability and an appointment with a person you've committed to, you raise that 10% probability of completing your goal to a 95. There's only a 5% chance you fail, right? On the if you actually have. And that's why we have completely revamped our program and we have these weekly coaching calls now, these accountability calls, so you can have a specific time and place to be committed to your goal. So you can go to SavvySystem.com. Again, I'm going to answer some questions here live, but my team is there answering questions as well. So if you have a specific question, you can jump on SavvySystem.com and my team will answer those questions for you. So anyone who orders will probably go until about 1:15, so another 15 minutes, is going to get that 10x VA and is going to get the Savvy Social Bundle in addition to everything else in the course. Okay, you guys? All right, let's do a Q&A time. I'm going to take a drink of water because I just talked for a really long time. Thank you for bearing with me. Okay, we welcome Heather already. Welcome, Mikkel. I love it. Welcome, Renee. Congratulations. Welcome, Mandy. You guys are going to get those special bonuses, even the ones that I made the mistake to give you. I'm just kidding. Welcome, Marie. I love it. I love it. Okay. Do we have to join the group to get the bonuses? Yes. So anybody who joins the accelerator in the next 15 minutes is going to get those additional bonuses. Okay. I love it. I love it. Okay. Let's go and answer through. Do we go through all of this in the accelerator? Yes. Yes. So again, it is a business in a box, guys. Like, it is very methodical. You're going to get instant access to that course. It's 100 lessons, and we know that that's a lot, but that's why we've paced it out. We say, hey, we're going to get through modules 1 through 7 in the first in the first 30 days. Okay. So it's going to take you 30 days to get through modules 1 through 7 at the longest, right? And then modules 8 and 9 are all about marketing. Okay. Then you get the weekly coaching calls, all of the templates. So when we say design a portfolio, it's not just like go design a portfolio. It's like design a portfolio. Here's how to do it. And oh, here's all the templates because we've already done it for you, right? You just have to customize it and make it your own with your business name and things. Okay. What's the best approach to pricing our tiers or packages? Thinking the going market within our geographical area, but then that might cause me to underprice. Yeah. So again, because you're remote, I wouldn't necessarily do your prices based off of where you live. Like, I live in Springfield, Missouri, and like our minimum wage is a lot lower than other people's. But like I have many friends actually who are here local who are VAs, and a lot of their clients live in New York, right? So she's not doing $20-$25 an hour. She's actually doing $40-$50 an hour and crushing it. Because again, your clients can be from anywhere. So I don't necessarily think where you live geographically should determine your hourly rate. It should be kind of the where's your comfort level, and based off of what skills you're offering. If you're offering general admin skills, that $30 to $40 hour range is perfect to start with. If you have some higher level technical skills, maybe venture into the $50 an hour mark. If you're like really, really nervous, start at 25 and get your first at 25, right? That's what we're going to start with. Okay. Let's see. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. Miki says, I already told some folks and one person sent me a possible lead. That's crazy. Guys, we literally had one person, it was last year, who while we were on this webinar took that personal outreach template and sent it to someone. And by the end of the webinar had a discovery call booked. We're like, I've told you this works. It's awesome. I love seeing that. As someone who's done social work for over 8 years, I know I have the skills. Yes, the hardest part is identifying or putting language to those skills. How do I tackle this? So something I didn't even mention, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you asked this question, Kiera, is that we have a brand new feature inside of the Savvy System Accelerator. It's called Savvy Bot. Okay. And Savvy Bot is literally going to help you decide on your services. So what it does is it asks you questions about your previous work experience, and then it spits out what your services should be. Guys, we've made it so easy for you. Like your pricing, your packages, your services. SavvyBot is going to tell you all of that. We also have a marketing bot. And so you're going to enter in some information and it's going to spit out the templates that you should send to people. Okay. So like, I'm just telling you, like we've just made it so simple for you guys. So that's what I would suggest. Let's see here. My niche is construction. Where do you recommend I look for clients? Small general contractors don't usually hang out. Yeah. So what I always tell people, guys, is that when you're first getting started, I'm very leery of most people niching down right away. Okay. So my question to you, Sherry, would be like, why did you niche down to construction from the beginning? I think construction is an amazing niche. I'm not saying that you're wrong, but most people, if they're going to niche down, I suggest niching down because you have a connection to that industry, right? And so do you have a connection to that industry? If so, reach out to your connections, right? That's where you're going to start. If you don't have a connection to that industry, I actually would wait and I wouldn't niche down right away. I would have your audience be more general so you're not so pigeonholed into just that niche, okay? So it kind of depends on those things. Good question. I'm pre-launch for another side business. I don't want to combine niches between two businesses in case one fails. Yeah, so I definitely wouldn't combine the businesses unless if it's like the same ideal target. So, I had somebody once ask me like, "Oh, I do like hair and makeup for weddings. Can I have one website?" I'm like, "No." Like you have two totally different clients, right? Like you have a new bride as a client and you have a small business owner. Like, no. But if you run a bookkeeping business, and then you want to do virtual assistants, like your ideal client is the same. So 100% you can have this, you could combine them, right? So it really depends on what type of business this other one is. I definitely believe in the idea of essentialism, like focusing on one thing at a time. So it might be better to wait, Jackie, because you want to be able, again, and so much of it is time. If you decide to do virtual assistants, you need to be able to commit 5 hours at minimum devoted time to this business. Okay. So it kind of depends on those couple of different factors. Good questions though. Welcome, Josie. Yay. Welcome. I'm so excited for you. Welcome, Heather. Amazing. Welcome, Jennifer. You guys are going to get all of those additional bonuses. We're so excited. Oh, we have more. Welcome, Latina. I love it. And welcome, Jackie. Yes, welcome Priscilla. So fun. We cannot wait to see you guys in the community. Guys, the community is hopping. It is hopping. I was in there just yesterday. I'm going to jump in again today. And people are posting their assignments. They are they're forming accountability partners. It's a lot of fun. You guys are going to like it. One payment for $497. Yes. So it is one payment of $497 or 3 payments of $197. Okay. One of my biggest hurdles is naming my business. Any suggestions? Yep. So we walk you through that in the course. And here's the thing, Jessica, most of us really just overthink it. That's something that you're going to find as a theme inside of my course is action over perfection. We're just going to make imperfect decisions and keep moving forward. Guys, I was able to sell out my services. I was able to replace my income, replace my husband's income from his government job with the name Ashley Assistance. That was it. And it was literally just like cursive writing that I wrote in Canva. Like my logo wasn't great. My name wasn't great, something super creative. So I just tell people, pick a deadline. Say by tomorrow end of day, the best name I come up with, that's going to be my name. And I'm just going to keep moving forward. You can always change it, guys. It's not that hard to change your business name. Okay. Don't go printing like 1,000 business cards, like print 20 business cards if you're going to print business cards at all. But yeah, just action over perfection. Just choose something and keep moving forward. Okay. Yes, this is possible for someone who does not live in the United States. We have literally students from all over the world join our program. Great question. How long do I have this deal if I don't sign up today? Good question. Okay, so again, the bonuses are disappearing in about 10 minutes. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of the social media bundle and that 10x VA, the AI bundle. Okay, but everything else, the weekly group coaching calls, all of that, you'll still get in the Savvy system. This sale, so this 497 or 3 payments of 197, that ends tomorrow, 10 p.m. Central Time. So you guys will all get an email about it. Thank you for being patient through like our bajillion emails we've sent. You would not imagine like people we will send like 20 emails in 2 weeks and people will be like, oh, I missed the sale. I'm like, we sent so many emails. So I apologize for how many emails we've sent. But yes, tomorrow at the end of the day, 10 p.m. Central Time is when this price, and then it's going to jump up to 597 or 3 payments of two. Is it 247? I don't remember exactly, but the price is increasing by at least $100 tomorrow at 10 p.m. Central. Does the business go over how to create the business LLC creation? Yes, yes. So we are talking, guys, choosing your services, choosing your packages, choosing your hourly rate, the legalities. So not only the contract, but do you have to have an LLC or not? Do you need to, do you need any special certifications where you live, right? You need to check your city and your state requirements. We're talking about the legalities. We're talking about how to do discovery calls. We have templates for how to do discovery calls, your processes. How are you going to invoice people? How are you going to do taxes? All of that. That's when I showed that picture of like what we taught here is the tip of the iceberg and there's so much under the iceberg. That's the iceberg, right? It's a lot. It's a lot to get set up, especially when you're a new business owner. That's why we like to just lay it out super, super simple for you. Okay. If you're better suited for an OBM, is it better? So either way, so we do have an OBM training in our Savvy Vault community. I personally think that it's better to start as a VA and then get your first client as a VA, get comfortable with taking clients. You're going to over deliver. Like if you're like, I'm a high level VA, you're going to over deliver for that first client. And they're going to be like, whoa, you're a VA and you can do all this, but that's actually going to help you get more and more clients and help build your network base to be a better OBM. So that's my personal opinion. But I don't know, other people might disagree with me. Oh, we have a few more. Welcome, Adriana. Yay. And welcome, Kelsey. So excited for you guys. Again, you're going to be almost instantly. So it takes, after you do your order, you'll get instant, like an email giving you the course. And then it takes about 10 or 15 minutes to give like all the welcome emails. It's just weird in our system that it takes about 10 to 15 minutes. So yeah, about 15 minutes after your order, you'll have access to absolutely everything. And then we'll be sending out the bonuses later today. So you might not have those in your thing right away, like in your account, but you'll get them by the end of the day. Do you need to set up an LLC? So yeah, so we teach you how to, but do you even need to? And honestly, it depends, Marie. And that's one of the things that we help you evaluate is if you need an LLC from day one. Some of it depends on like your county and state requirements. Where I lived when I started my business, I didn't need to set up one. And so I actually waited 2 years until I set up an LLC, but I also didn't have any assets. Like again, I was a broke new mom with nothing. If somebody tried to sue me, I'm like, there's nothing there. So I didn't right away, but in some places you do need to. So it really depends. And so that's something that we help you navigate. Okay. Is payroll and accounting something that's marketable? Absolutely. So that's a incredibly high level skill that you can add to your list of services. I love it. Can you share about the bonuses again? Yeah, of course. Okay, so we'll go for about 5 more minutes. Let me get, so we're going to be giving you the 10x VA. So these are 20 plug and play AI scripts. It's also a training AI for virtual assistants, and you're going to get on a live call with our team expert, Julie. She's going to invite you to that, and you're going to get to like pick her brain about AI. as well. And so these 20 plug and play AI scripts are awesome. Like if you're new to AI, they're going to help you learn not only how to use AI for your own business, but how to help you with your clients as well. And the other live bonus is our social bundle, and that is 365 days of social media posts done for you. So we've literally told you, like, if you want to post on social every day, what you can post every day. Like we've just made it easy for you. You don't have to post on social every day, but it's just that go-to resource that you just don't have to worry about it, right? And then we also have prompts for stories. So if you want to be doing Instagram stories, it's going to tell you what you can do on stories as well. And then we also have these launch templates. So when you say, hey, my business is open, I'm available to take clients, you can use our templates, like these now booking templates. You can kind of see them down here. And so you can just fill those in with your info and announce your business with those templates. So it's the Savvy Social Bundle and the 10X VA that we're going to give away in the next, I said in the next 2 minutes, but we may go a little longer. 2 to 5 minutes. You guys have a little more time. I'm having too much fun hanging out with you all. So, and I want to make sure we answer your questions. Oh, Kelsey Morgan. Yay, welcome. We're so excited for you. Welcome, Bonnie. Welcome, Jenny. Guys, I cannot wait to see you inside the communities. Some of you guys might end up, like, you might have your best business friends in this webinar and you didn't even know it yet. You guys are going to jump in together. You're going to do it together. It's going to be so fun. We're going to have a blast. Let's see. What if, even after all this great information, I'm ready to start? Where do I really start my business today? Honestly, we start at the beginning with your packages, your pricing, and your hourly rate. Like you got to have something to sell, right? So that's where we start. We start you with get that in order. Then we go into what happens when someone says yes, right? And so inside of the course, we teach you, I can go back real quick. Sorry. So you guys can actually see this. My bajillion slides. Okay. So these are the lessons that we go through. We discover your skills, right? So we're going to talk about your skills, pricing, and packaging. That's the beginning. We've got to know that. Then we go through branding. So that's choosing your business name. That's, guys, making sure that your business name isn't already trademarked. You can't buy a domain and start using a business name that somebody else has already trademarked. So we make sure that your business name is actually legal for you to use. You're going to buy your domain. We're going to create like a mood board, like a brand board for your business. We give you all the templates. It's really easy to do. Processes and assets. So when somebody says yes, then what? How do you onboard them? How do you send them a contract? We give you the contracts, invoicing software, right? Payments, invoicing, and taxes. We want to make sure that you have a place. We have you set up a business bank account. You have a place to, how are you going to actually invoice people? We'll set that up. And then we are making sure that you're setting aside enough to pay taxes, right? We want to make sure that you are covered in that way, as well as legally. So deciding if you're going to do your LLC or not, we help you make that decision and make sure that you are covered legally in addition to that. And then that's what we get you through in the first 30 days. Is modules 1 through 7. I know that it's a lot, but again, because we've done most of the work for you, that's how we get through it so quickly. And then that's where we can spend the next 60 days really working on marketing. And so that's just a lot of hands-on, getting out there, coming to the coaching calls, getting better and better and better at marketing. Okay. So that's what it looks like. Okay, here we go. I'll answer just a few more questions here. Okay. Do you recommend connecting in Facebook groups using a personal account or a business? Okay, so for Facebook, your personal account. And so you want to create a business page, but Facebook won't allow you to create like a whole new, or they don't like it if you do a whole new profile. So you want like your business page, you'll do that connected to your personal profile. And then when you join groups, most groups won't even let you join. There are some that will let you join with a page, but most won't let you. So I recommend for most of us just to join with your personal Facebook profile. Now, when it comes to email outreach, when it's your personal, again, if you're just doing like the friends and family email, do that from your personal email. You don't need to use like a fancy whatever, because again, these are your friends and family. These are people who already know you. So you want it to come from an inbox that like they already know you, right? If you start doing cold outreach or emailing business owners, right, you may want to use a business email. We don't teach a whole lot of like cold marketing inside of our course because, again, we're way more built on relationships. But once you actually start corresponding with real business owners, it's definitely better to use a business email. And we teach you how to set that up as well. So don't have to stress about that. When does the training start? I disappeared. I deleted the comment, but when does the training start, guys? You get instant access, right? Instant access. And this Monday is our kickoff call. Is it doable with a single parent? Oh my goodness. Yes, I understand that completely. And I will tell you, we have had many single parents, guys. We've had people, single moms. We've had people taking care of their elderly parents. We've had people with kids with disabilities. We've had people with disabilities themselves. I mean, Erin on our website, deaf, right? And very passionate about accessibility for those with disabilities. She's awesome, Erin Perkins, and she's a SavvySystem graduate. We've had people battling cancer go through our course. I mean, it's just like the stories that have come out. Again, we've been doing this for 10 years now. If you see other VA trainers, guys, some of those VA trainers came through our program. Like we are the OG. We've been doing this 10 years, 7,000. Like our results are real. And we've seen some really incredible stories in that time. So yeah, so great. Okay, we have two more. Kalani and Hilda, welcome, you guys. Thank you so much. This has been so fun. I really hope that you've enjoyed this training. Whether you decided to join the SavvySystem or not, maybe it wasn't the right time for you guys. You're still savvy. It's like you are our people, and I hope that you learned something today that you're going to take action on. Because again, it's all about action over perfection. It's all about being bold. We believe in action over perfection. We believe in you. And I really hope that you learned something today that you're going to take away from this training. Thank you so much again. Tell your friends about the virtual savvy. If there's somebody else that you're like, man, I think this would be a good fit, make sure they know about it as well. Okay, guys, dig in. Do your assignments. For all of those who have joined, we are going to see you inside of the community. It's going to be awesome. If you, for some reason, had to wait, guys, the sale does end tomorrow at 10 p.m. Central Time. So there's still time to get in if that's something you're interested in. Thank you guys so much again, and we'll see you at our next call. Bye.